we're going to talk a little bit about the steps that you need to take to start your golf season. And what I see so many players do is they get off on the wrong foot with the improper or incorrect grip, or how they hold the golf club, okay? And I'm going to talk a little bit about why it is so important, what happens when you don't take the correct grip, and what that does to the club and the club face, and what sometimes many of us are good athletes, and what happens when we react to those that bad grip and those bad club face positions, and how that can wreak havoc on your golfing success, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is wrist conditions, okay? When everyone comes into impact, okay, when you are delivering the club into impact, you will do, if you just took a golf club and you swung it with one hand, okay, there's a very good chance that the left wrist or your lead wrist would kind of flatten out, okay? It's a very good way to kind of swing that golf club, let the kind of momentum of the club carry your arm around, and your left wrist will flatten out. Well, that is the wrist condition. We call it flexion or bowed of the lead wrist. That is the wrist condition that you're looking for when you come into impact, okay? With the trail hand, that wrist is a little bit more in what we call extension, or this direction, cupped. What that helps us do, lead wrist helps us contact the ball, get a little bit of compression. The trail wrist, in that extension fashion, helps us stabilize the club face or the object that we're hitting with, okay? So, well, why is that important? Well, if you'll take a look, as I grip the golf club, okay, when I turn our lead hand, so us right-handed golfer, that's going to be our left hand and left wrist. If I put that in a strong position, strong meaning I'm turning the left hand over on top of the club, so I see a lot of the back of my left hand, a lot of knuckles on my left hand, a whole bunch of the logo of that glove, okay? And then I can also make my right hand strong, meaning I turn that the same direction where I can see pretty much just my thumb when I'm looking down, okay? That is a strong grip, okay? Now if you take that strong grip, okay, it's already trying to close the club face on me, but if you take that strong grip and you put that face or those angles of your wrist into flexion or bowed forward, and that right wrist or trail hand into extension, what does that do to the club face? The more I put myself into that nice impact position, that nice compression position, it shuts the club face, okay? It closes the club face. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. I'll demonstrate what happens vice versa. Left hand in a weaker position. We're turning it that direction, so I can't really see any of the top of my left hand. See mostly just thumb. And I'll do the same thing with my trail hand, my right hand, and put that in a weak position. Now if I go and I put my hands into the correct impact position, again for power, for contact compression, we'll take a look at what that does to the club face, okay? So now it's open. So just by the grip, we've created a inconsistent or a less than an unsuccessful, we'll put it that. The chances of success are very low. The predictability of that club face coming in, barring that we return or put our hands kind of in a good impact position, which 9 times out of 10, most of the average golfer, especially the better golfer, we'll do, okay? We are gonna have a problem. And the problem gets worse when we react to that problem. And I'm gonna talk about how we react to that here in just a second. But again, just so we can understand strong versus weak and what that does to the club face, we're gonna talk a little bit about how we react to it, okay? So, I'm gonna use a tennis racket, pickleball paddle, ping pong paddle, anything, it all works in the same way. I often use a car as an example. Everybody's been in some sort of a vehicle, bicycle, okay? If we turn the wheels, okay, my racket to the left, right? Kind of like what would happen if we have that strong grip. If I were to hit a tennis ball with this racket, okay, no matter what, I can swing because where the racket or where the club face is pointed controls about 80 to 90% of where that golf ball goes. I can't swing far enough to the right, okay, to make that ball go over there, okay? Same thing vice versa. If I put this racket like this, my natural instinct, I know I want that ball to go straight. I know my racket, or I feel, you can sense, usually that comes from performance, I sense that the racket's pointed right, I sense my ball's gonna go to the right, so I will cut across that ball as much as possible, and you can see how that can foster really bad habits. So I will demonstrate now with that golf club. So if I put that grip really strong, okay, we're back to that strong left hand, strong right hand, okay, we know that that grip is causing that club face to be super closed at impact, okay? What am I gonna do? Same thing we do with a paddle, same thing we would do with a car, okay? The wheels are pointed left. If we're gonna try to push that car, we could try pushing it as far right, but the wheels are gonna, guess what? The wheels are gonna take it left every time. So what golfers will do, and you'll react, that club face, we will swing, and you'll see in what we call an exit point, you'll see that club moving this direction, those hands and arms coming up and out, and you're not gonna have any success from that position. You're gonna hit pushes and hooks, probably gonna struggle a little bit with low point control or contact with the golf ball because you got it all crisscrossed, okay? Vice versa, that weak grip, okay? Weak grip gets that club face, what? Gets it more open, okay? Again, we react to that open club face just like the racket. We swing way to the left, and what? Sometimes we pull it, I get that, well, you know, I pull it, but I also slice it. Every once in a while you get the face squared up and you pull it, but your reaction, you're swinging way to the left, generally that ball's just gonna slice for a right-handed golfer way off to the right-hand side. And back to the beginning, it's all caused by your grip, which influences the club face and influences how you deliver the golf club and your impact positions, your consistency to produce good shots. Now, how do I get a good grip? What am I supposed to do? Well, I've got a couple different options. Now, I'll tell you what the #1 player in the world does, Scotty Scheffler. Nothing, he does everything very well. I wouldn't say nothing special, but he focuses on fundamentals, okay? He has a golf club exactly like this that has what I call a reminder grip or a grip mold, okay? It's just a rubber grip. He has an extra club. Find any club laying around the house, preferably one that you could actually hit, okay? So you could take swings with it like Scotty does. I've got it on a 5-iron here, but again, it's a nice little grip mold. It puts your hands in a good position every single time so you can develop some good habits around that good grip. So again, that's a grip mold. Another option that I use, I keep this in my golf bag at all times. I practice with it almost every time that I hit balls. It is a Skills swing grip trainer. You can find it on Amazon. It's about $12 or $13. It's plastic, it's got a little rubber on top. Pretty simple. All you do is take it. It'll fit on any club. It is meant for adult clubs, so if you're using this for your junior golfer, it will be a little loose. You have to readjust it. Make sure you do that often because it will sometimes slide a little bit. They do make those rubber grips, the Scotty Scheffler grip. They do make those in junior sizes, so that's a good option for those kiddos. You've got your arrows and you line that up right down the middle of the shaft with a square club face. And then pretty much put that right in the middle of the grip. So I know my grip is the same every time. Okay. And I hit a pretty decent shot. So again, that is what you're looking for, especially as you start the season. I've been coaching golf for probably 20 plus years, and 9 times out of 10, a bad grip will put you in positions, even if you're the most athletic player or you can practice so much, you will start to develop bad habits or corrections to fight against the poor grip and the face conditions that come from that grip. So again, if you just take some time, spend $13, get a little grip trainer, spend $20 on one of those rubber reminder grips. Make sure that your grip is the same and in a neutral position every time you hit a ball. Thanks for watching.